Hello, YouTubers. How the hell are you? Kemful folk artist Dennis Ramsey coming at you. When in Kemful, come by the Dennis Ramsey paintings, please. I live at 27 Keenan Avenue, Kemful, Apartment B, Nova Scotia, Canada. Yellow house, white trim. How long have I lived here, you're asking? Try 30 years. Yeah, I said 30 years. You got that right. Anyhow, I'd like to have a downstairs apartment, would be better, where I can look out the windows and open up the windows and get fresh air and have a better view. But that's beside the point. Today's video is about the Dartmouth Mental Hospital in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, Canada. Now, as an orphan, I spent, I don't know, a year and a half in there or so. It was quite a long time, anyhow. And I used to do the laundry, wash the clothes for the people, and take the clothes to the different wards in the elevators. And I think back then they paid me something like 30 cents an hour. I know that's not much, but it was in the 70s, and you had a choice. You could sit on the ward all day in bed, or in the day room, or be doing something constructive. Anyhow, I used to wash the clothes down in the laundromat. Now, the laundromat was down in the tunnels. And you're probably saying, what do you mean down in the tunnels? The tunnels were underground. And you had to go underground, walk about a half a mile to get to the laundromat to wash the clothes for the patients. So I used to wash the clothes for the patients and put all the linen and so on the laundry carts. So I'd take the laundry cart and go from ward to ward in the hospital, take the elevators to this ward and then the next one and so on and so forth. Anyhow, most people were pretty good about it when you'd bring the laundry, and others were, well, they were nasty anyhow, so what could you do with them? I used to take the laundry to the forensic unit. Now, you're not aware of what the forensic unit is. That's where they keep the worst of the worst, the serial killers, the murderers, and the people in there that killed their husbands or wives. Anyhow, I used to go in there, take the laundry to them. A couple of them kind of got hostile with me, but you had to kind of keep your distance. You were dealing with people that were dangerous, people that were sedated, but still dangerous. Anyhow, I drop off their clothes and their linen and their pillowcases and so on and so forth. Then be on my merry way to the next ward. But back then, you didn't get much money for what you did. It was like 30 cents an hour. This was back in the 70s in the Dartmouth Mental Hospital in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, Canada. Now, the ward I was on, you had all kinds. You had murderers, rapists, psychopaths, sociopaths. Every sickness or every walk of life that you can think of was on that ward. And there was usually two to a room. So I was sharing a room with this other fella. His sickness, he was bipolar. And I'm sure you must know what bipolar means. Hopefully I got to explain that. Now I suffer from the multi-personality disorder and autism. I've had that all my life. The multi-personality disorder is the worst one. Because that makes you unpredictable and you never know what you're going to do. You could do almost anything. Anyhow, I became eventually a trustee, where they would let me wander around the different wards and associate with some of the patients. Anyhow, they also had pool table in there. I used to play pool, and they had ping pong. And down the road, they had a swimming pool. Once in a while, the hospital orderlies would take you to go swimming and other activities. Anyhow, to start out the hospital stories, I started out this way. And I'll tell you some of the things we done and seen in there, and so on and so forth in the very near future. We're talking about the Dartmouth Mental Hospital in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, Canada in the 70s. Dennis Ramsay says please subscribe to the Dennis Ramsay YouTube channel. Push that red subscribe button now. Share the 9,000 videos of Dennis Ramsay. And you all take care and have a fine day. It's sunny in Kempful. Peace out.